Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Ethereum. Welcome back. It's going to be an exciting video because we actually have some fundamentals we can speak about as well regarding Ethereum. And we had a nice move up overnight, as most of you know, I think. With again the Asian session delivering for ETH, right? I mean, in the last couple of videos, we already spoke about that. Ethereum was very much pushed up during the Asian session. In the last month, that's actually not completely true. But if you go back to the last 2 weeks, in which Ethereum had some opportunities to break out, you can see that most of the strength happened during the Asian session. So that happened again, so that's great news. Normally, like the European session, just if we're talking really short term, normally not much happens, but the US session today is going to be very exciting again. Monday is usually a bit of a bearish day across the crypto markets, and then on Tuesday, very much driven by momentum during the US session, right? So later in the day, markets can push up, so that's also a possibility for Ethereum. But then outside of that, we also had some. So you can see right now, Ethereum, just to start off with a brief overview. You can see we pushed up to the top of the range right here at 2630, also with the 7-day rolling VWAP. At this point of time, still functioning as resistance, all right? And this was slightly unexpected. I thought it was most likely that we would still get one more move down, but ultimately we got some good news, all right? Because what we saw yesterday, and that is also very, very visible, if you take a look at the strength of Maker, for example, it's quite a lot of hype for stable coins, all right? And that's for two reasons. First of all, the interest in the Circle, so USDC, in the Circle IPO is pretty big, all right? And it's bigger than expected. And then outside of that, I think the stablecoin bill also is going to the Senate next week. And Ethereum is by far the biggest network in terms of stablecoins. About $125 billion of stablecoins are on Ethereum. So more usage and just in general acceptance of stablecoins is most bullish for a couple of projects, such as Maker, but also Ethereum. All right, so that's also one of the reasons we pushed up. Now, the main question we always have, technically then, right, when we have good fundamentals, is, all right, well, do we see enough strength to actually break out? In this case, that would be a breakout for Ethereum above 2630, with the first price target conservatively being 2700, where we have the yearly rolling VWAP, an imbalance, and a naked POC we still have to fill. And that remains a little bit tricky for me to say, all right? I think, first of all, since we are at resistance, since we're still holding the 7-day rolling VWAP, I think we will pull back, right? We also left some imbalances. It never hurts to get some sort of a bounce from the POC. So I think ultimately that is most likely. And then I'm not convinced about the volume, right? The volume with this move up has not been bad, but if you compare to the volume last week and 2 weeks ago, it's just quite low. Right, so what I need to see is some bidding, some bullish momentum coming in again during the US session, and especially volume. Right, if we get that, I think we can actually get a bounce from that fair value gap right here with the POC, and I think we can break out and get up at least towards that conservative price target at 2700. But I do need to see that first before actually, thinking about entering a trade. At this point of time, since we do not have that momentum, and since last week we also did not get momentum in the markets when we did expect it based on the data before that, right? So therefore, I'm a little bit conservative here, and I'm a little bit defensive, and I will tell you that I don't think it's most likely we'll break out. I think we can only break out if we see that volume coming in. The volume is not here right now, so therefore, I think it's most likely that, yeah, fundamentally this is good for Ethereum, and we can break out, but I will first wait for confirmation before telling you that we will break out. All right, and for now, I just think this is a good move up, but that we will stay within the balance. And those are my thoughts. That's what you'll have to live with for now. I'll keep you updated on this for sure, but for now, thank you for watching. I'll see you all in my next videos, and bye.